Hello and welcome into our ESPN FC studios. Ali Moreno, Stevie Nicol, we've also got Frank Leboeuf along with us. We wanted to talk about the current situation at Manchester United. The club is said to have not responded to Sir Jim Ratcliffe's offer to buy the club. But Stevie, is it time for the Glazers to sell?
Well, I think you only have to look at what's happened to United while they've been the owners. They've gone from top of the tree to the bottom of the tree, basically. And so, if that happens on your watch, you're clearly doing things wrong. Then the answer has to be yes, because you've had long enough. I mean, the last decade has been an absolute disaster, and particularly behind the scenes at Manchester United. You know, everybody always remembers the players on the field, but there's a process to getting those players. And you can either do it the Fergie way by bringing them up yourself and adding to it when he was in charge. The modern way is now it's out the manager's hands. And so you have to hire somebody who's experienced in that department. A guy who knows players, a guy who knows the worth of players, another guy who knows how to get the best price for players. You need experienced people in those positions outside the coaching staff. And they've, as I said, particularly in the last decade, the people they've put in charge in these areas have no idea what they're doing. And so, for that reason, yes, they've had a chance. They've messed it up completely. They couldn't have done it any worse if that was the remit to start with. So, yeah, the owners have to pass the baton on to somebody else.
It has been quite incredible to see the money they've had, the players they've been able to bring in and not having the success that should go with those signings.
And the most important part about a football club is what happens on the field, because that generates everything, right? Manchester United didn't become the club that they became without success. You have to have success on the field. And that's the part that I think is troubling here, is that even though there has been lack of success on the field, the club off the field still very powerful. A huge presence, a huge brand, profitable. And so that connection that we think of, well, you must be winning on the field if you want to win off the field. For the ownership, Manchester United has been winning off the field without the need of winning on the field. If you're making money and you're an owner of a club, look, you'll invest in the team, of course, as they have, because they have. Now, have they made their own investments? Yes, but they have. You cannot fault them for not investing on the team. But they haven't had, as Stevie just pointed out, the people making the decisions that actually make sense. And so that you're spending smartly, not just spending just for the heck of spending. Regardless, though, again, if you own the team, why would you want to sell it? If your brand, the brand that you own, with every year that goes by, continues to grow and continues to get more powerful, even though the team on the field is not doing well. If you're the Glazers, you're hanging on to this and you're saying, somehow we need to turn it around in there, because imagine how much our brand will grow if we actually play well on the field. That's the part that I need to get right.
So the product's poor, but people are still buying it.
Yes. Yes.
But
yes.
So how many of the problems do you trace back to the ownership, Frank?
For me, they're completely guilty on what's going on right now in Manchester United. I understand the financial aspect of it and the fact that you make money. But, you know, fans have been patient, really patient for a decade. And the Glazers, they pick the people, they hire the people. People are making bad signings, bad choices. And you can make one bad choice. You can make maybe two bad choices, but when you have a dozen of bad choices and you spend crazy money for those players who don't fit, and you created an atmosphere in the world of football where top players don't want to come to your club, Manchester United, I just want to remind, we're talking about Manchester United, top players don't want to come anymore to that club because it's the image of unsuccessful years, that you have to pay the double of price almost and double of wages the players that you want to reach. It's you failed. You completely failed. So you have to get out. I don't care if you made money, if you made the club richer for very strange reasons, but you have to go because we are talking about sports, we are talking about football, we are talking about success and silverware. And fans are fed up because that's part of their lives. Manchester United fans want to see their team winning, not dropping years after years.
Yep, you can see a lot more talk about Manchester United. You'll find it over on our website and, of course, on our YouTube page, ESPN FC. Make sure to subscribe when you're there.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.